Good afternoon, everybody. It's Pat Lambert here, and I am up at Upper Nisbet plots with Andrew Best. We're just having a inspection today of the plots, having measured all the growth last week. It was interesting, so we've come back today, and we're just going to make a short film here on our mixtures. So we're sat here in paddock 6 in the field, so each paddock is just over a hectare. Paddock 6 is our standard sort of mixtures based on Dundas, and within this paddock we have six plots in the 1 hectare. We've got standard Dundas, we've got Dundas extra clover, we've got the plot here I'm stood on is Dundas with no Timothy. The next plot is Dundas, standard Dundas with Cocksfoot added, so it's got 9% Cocksfoot in it. And then we have Carrick and Edsel, which are similarly sort of constructed mixtures that we use in different parts of the country. Carrick's got a bit more intermediates in it, and Edsel slightly less. So the striking thing today, having walked up through all the single stand varieties and looked at them, and then we've come into the mixtures, is the extra growth that we're seeing in these mixtures, and particularly the ones that have got Timothy and Cocksfoot in the mixtures. So here we are, 13th of April, people turning cows and calves out, turning ewes and lambs out, they're lambing, they're looking for a fresh bite. Well, this is what we've got here in these plots with the Timothy and the Cocksfoot. We've got early bite. I mean, so much so, having measured them last week, it was quite obvious that like a mixture here, the standard Dundas with no Timothy compared to the Dundas with Timothy and Cocksfoot on my right, there's another 350 kilos a hectare of dry matter in the plot with Timothy and Cocksfoot over the straight Dundas without any Timothy. It's just straight ryegrass and clover here that I'm stood on, and it's just very noticeable. It's just that early bite from the Timothy, the vigorous, and they're very competitive. It's quite, we're up here sort of 530 feet above sea level. Ambient temperature here is about 11 degrees today. The wind's dropped. Soil temperatures are rising up now. I think it's probably about 8 degrees here, soil temperature today. Clover's really kicking in. But, absolutely noticeable. If you're an early bite, you cannot beat this Timothy with a little bit of Cocksfoot in it. Now, the Cocksfoot, as we all know, it needs managed. It needs, good tight grazing. You've got to keep it leafy. Don't let it get away from you. Don't let it get stemmy. But for an early bite, unbeatable. That's the lesson of the day on these plots.